So the topics are actually quite diverse for this panel. And my usual approach to managing panels, first of all, I'm Jawad Abbassi. I head the MENA region at the GSMA. The GSMA is the association that looks after the interests of the mobile industry. So every single mobile operator in the world is a member of the GSMA. And then we have, of course, associate memberships and sector members, vendors, and we engage with policymakers, and we have the Mobile for Development program. And of course, we're best known for Mobile World Congress Barcelona. We hope to see you next year in Barcelona as well. So I would like to ask our dear panelists to cherry pick from the topics of the panel to give us each maybe 3 to 5 minutes introductory remarks on where you see the industry going, what your thoughts are about our topics for the panel. I'll follow up with some questions. Maybe you'll challenge each other, and then I'll open it for the floor. So I'll go right to left. Marwan, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Jawad. Today I'm lucky among my two colleagues here that our CTIO give brief and navigate the journey of 5G, cloud, and AI, and make it clear to the whole audience here. And just I want to add, Ali, about the EAN itself. It is in the right way. If it is transformational journey to be a technological leader in the region, it's a story of innovation and growth as a company. If we talk about the beyond connectivity, I want to talk about the network and connectivity in let's say that, in the three things. The network is an essential component for the digital world infrastructure, and EOE continue to invest in the network, believing that bring latest technology to the hand of our network, and this is the base of the digital and innovation. And our number of CapEx intensity ratio showing that we are improving year to year in the investment in the network. Network need to be promoted as a service. Network need to be tailored to provide different technology capability to the choice of the customer hand. The connectivity and the network is no more exclusive to us to serve our nodes vertically. It is an area of collaboration with the key player hyperscalers who decided to come to UAE, invest, expand, transform the digital area, and making achieving the leadership vision for UAE to be an AI hub. So we should partner with them, we should grow with them, we should enable the connectivity to them. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here first in this panel discussing and debating the future of telecom operators. As Marwan said, I think network today become a foundation only for the digital services and digital ecosystem. Operators not anymore connectivity providers only. They shift from connectivity to digital service providers. And as I said to my colleague Khalid Murshid, technology evolution is not giving us a chance to breathe. Every day we say we are in the early stage. When he was presenting the AI, Gen AI, and we don't know what's next. In order to adapt, you need to be agile, fast in your movement from your traditional way. And I think the new technology today is a legacy tomorrow. So we have to be up to speed with the technology evolution.
Thank you, Mohammed. Rahul?
Hi, pleased to be here. Thank you for having me. I think the topic is very interesting beyond connectivity. I think what have been talked about telecom since inception is all about connectivity. It's about better calling, better data rates. But I think we're reaching to a point where we need to see what is beyond connectivity. It all starts with what kind of use cases we are seeing, services we want to provide, who is the future customer, what your future needs are. If we talk about drones, if they use connectivity as the underlying infrastructure to fly, they would not be having eSIMs and they would not be configured. There'll not be something which needs to be provisioned over hours. The product catalog needs to be runtime. They need to be connected runtime. For that, even the monetization needs to happen runtime. I think there are two challenges which we as the industry need to solve. How do we see telecom networks as platforms? Platforms which are infinite, platforms which are always available, platform which can scale efficiently, sustainable. And the other part is use cases. We've seen a lot of unicorns appearing. Even a mobile app, companies are becoming unicorn. Food delivery apps are unicorn. OTT apps are unicorn. And actually, they are all above connectivity. I think as telecom industry, we lost that chance. We should be thinking about use cases as well. I saw Etisla team presenting about the healthcare use cases, private 5G use cases. Probably that's the way to go forward and look into challenges we want to embrace together. On the other part, when we talk about network as platforms, they're self-serviceable. They don't need somebody to come and provision things for you. Hybrid cloud strategy, great. AI strategy, great. But if we see any industry today, they are bound to be either a platform company or a use cases company. OpenAI is a platform company. Tesla is a platform company. SpaceX is a platform company by that all means. And then there are use cases. To say connectivity via satellite is a use case. Automation of the cars, rolling out features on the runtime on the connected cars is a use case. And building chatbots, building applications, building AI teacher or anything on top of OpenAI is the use cases. So I think when we talk about beyond connectivity, we should look into 2 layers. And if somebody is able to combine these 2 layers, the challenges which we are facing today of autonomous networks or monetization, optimization, all those things will be solved very efficiently.
Thank you, Rahul. So you mentioned about the companies being platforms offering use cases. Will that be a natural space where only there are 2 or 3 global operators dominating the market, or do you see it much more segmented?
I think that's an end state which the team needs to define. And then there's play for both. You can be a platform company and you can be a services company as well. The combination is very important because if you see, somehow I feel it's like even odd in telecom. 3G didn't do good, 4G did. 5G is not doing good, maybe 6G. We do not know, but do we want such speeds in my mobile network today? I think I'm so much happy with 4G speed. I don't see a use case to have a 5G on my mobile device, which is my everything, my banking, my Uber, my everything. So I think earlier it was use cases driving technology. Probably we are in a stage where technology needs to drive use cases. And it's very important. The market is not B2B. Market is B2B to X. It has to be B2B. It has to be B2C. The volume is B2C. And to have the B2C, can we push people to use AI on their mobile phone? Maybe the small language models will. So I personally feel that the services are the essence. And as I said, I mean, if a mobile app company can become unicorn, we lost our way with the OTT, so we should look into that.
On your note about 4G and 5G, we remember that after 3G, the industry decided to call 4G long-term evolution, because at that point, the industry did not want to be stuck with the Gs. But somehow we were sucked back into the 5G and 5.5G and 5G advanced and 6G. So that's an interesting point. Marwan, the UAE is the global leader in fiber to the home, be it fiber to the home past and also uptake of the service by both E&, Etisalat and Du. How does that factor into your vision for the digital services and the transformation in the country, having the best fiber connectivity globally?
Of course, to go beyond connectivity, you should have the connectivity first. And today, we should have a solid ground of the fiber infrastructure that will enable the digital transformation that we have. I could answer this one by the rebranding of E&, itself, يعني who don't know the journey of the rebranding, which the rebranding signifies the broader of the technological identity of E&, by having different stream or business stream under E&, group, which is E& UAE, which is the technological arm and protecting the core business in all, in let's say that in more innovative way, and the numbers have proven that. E&, enterprise, focusing on end-to-end enterprise solution, providing the let's say that the cybersecurity IoT services to the customer. E& Life, focusing to push the content and OTT in hand, and in hand to our consumer customers. E& International, focusing on the international operation, expansion, and day-to-day activity of the international. E& Capital for the investment and JVs for the new business stream. So today there is a focus within an E& in UAE, as well as cascading this service and application to other, of course, other countries as well, in the either of our E& OpCo or other countries as well in the world.
Thank you. Mohammed, many of the global players in telcos are trying to do the move from telco into techno. And of course, STC Ventures had a very successful investment in Careem, for example. So how is STC doing the transformation from telco to techno?
Well, in STC, our vision is to be a digital and telco leader in enabling society and economy thrive in KSA and beyond as well. STC strategy and our main business objectives is to be a digital transformation leader by offering ICT cloud services and digital ICT cloud solutions and digital services. For that, STC developed a strategy of 4 main pillars: digitize STC, accelerate performance, reinforce customer experience by improving the our customers, employees, and partners' journey end to end through the digital services and touch points. The fourth one is expand, scale, and scope. So each pillar has its own deliverables to cope and to shift to TechCo operator.
I guess now you operate in the same ecosystem as the hyperscalers. How are you going about that?
We have STC strategy in this market is through 2 approaches. First, positioning STC as the best, as hyperscaler best solution for hosting and telco services. Second, through participation positioning STC in hyperscaler business. This strategy results in 2 affiliates. First affiliate established in February 2022. It has a footprint of over 25 state-of-art data centers, Tier 3 and Tier 4, 16 subsea international cables, operational and in progress, combined with the STC network, attracting the leading players like gaming, content providers, and cloud services. The second affiliate was established in May 2022, specialized in cloud computing with Alibaba, and also focusing on providing services And this is, I think, the first hyperscaler business in Saudi and in region.
Very much. Marwan, the Gulf at large, I'm not going to go into who was the first to launch 5G, because that's a bit, that's a touchy subject, and we have STC across from us. So the Gulf was the first.
We complement each other, Jawad.
The Gulf countries were the first to launch 5G, and actually the GSMA just released the 5G connectivity index, and also the Gulf countries were in the top rankings of this index. And yesterday, 5G Advanced, or previously named 5.5G, was launched. What's the roadmap of 5G Advanced, and how does it fit into your strategy, and what do you expect from 5G Advanced in the United Arab Emirates specifically and globally as well?
By the way, Mohammed is colleagues of me. We worked together maybe 17 years back in a short period of time in Saudi Arabia. So I'm glad to have you here, Mohammed.
Me too. Thank you very much.
I think the CTIO in his keynote highlighted about the milestone achievement of the 5G. And today we are in transition phase to release 17 and 5G Advanced. However, I would explain the 5G journey I will distribute it in two blocks, let's say that. The first one is our expansion, our co-location today. The population coverage, the speed that we are reaching, moving as well, adding more capacity of third carrier, as well as introducing voice over new radio by refarming, and to have low penetration and radio over NR in the low band. I will call, and today we commercialize a lot of use cases under this stream. I could see this is an easy part, which I do see some of our vendors here, system integrator as well, are mastering to do this. This is the easy way, and we are moving towards this journey. The other part of the 5G, which I could see it needs an extra effort, it needs support as well from internal, from our vendor, from as well system integrator. We'll move to let's say that, to the 5G Advanced. With the SAS coming now, enabled by the iPhone end of the year, how to be the end-to-end integration with the dynamic slicing as well, which will need the end-to-end orchestration from radio, core, and IT, how this will be integrated. All of this, it needs an extra effort and integration to the network, where we need to focus in the next period of time. Private network also is another story, and alhamdulillah, we successfully commercialized some of the commercial private network, and we are working for the others, where I could see that.
Which verticals were the private networks concentrated?
Yeah, and it's in security, transport, oil and gas. So those areas that we are working in, where I could see that an extra effort there, because those, you need to customize your 5G network to their use cases and application. Either it is a mobility use case, static use case, which band, which edge computing, how you will do this, how you will connect. I could see this is the effort that is consuming much from our time. This is the area that we need the partner and vendor to help us to accelerate this integration, as well as we are working to evaluate different end-to-end vertical use cases to have an end-to-end solution, starting in which spectrum, which edge computing, which handsets, which sensor we will use for this vertical, in order to bring an end-to-end solution to them directly. We are evaluating to have a network in a box as well in private network to be offered directly to those vertical in order to promote the next 5G private network.
Perfect, thank you. We have 10 more minutes and we have a packed room, so I'm sure we have some questions from the audience. With the lights, I can't see very well, but if you have any question, just raise your arm or hand. I'm sure you have some questions. Okay, so while you think of some questions, I'll
try not to ask.
Think of some questions, I'm going to ask Rahul what you heard from two of the biggest operators in the region. Any comments on suggestions, comments?
I think some patterns are emerging, and very clearly. I think we are in a journey where obviously everyone is transforming themselves and understanding what the future could be. One of the things which also highlighted by this earlier is that very important to have talent. Talent, I mean, if you see Silicon Valley today, they're all fighting for talent. People moving from Google to OpenAI to, and then it all depends on what your strategy is. Do you want to be a build company or you want to be a buy company? In Rakuten, we took a call that we want to build products. And if you want to be build company, like Etisalat wanted to build the infrastructure, the application, the model use cases for AI, then you need to have more product managers in the telecom, which probably not many are used to, but product manager, people who build products, instead connect the dots. And if you want to be a buy company, in case, then you need to have a common ecosystem, partners who think like you, who define the end state like yourself, and then it is an integration play. How smart you are integrating. For example, if you want to roll out a dynamic slice, it's not only about stitching all things together, but also assuring. Integrating instantiation slice is easier part. Assuring the slice and running that on a dynamic network is very difficult because radio resources, number of users, mobility, you cannot control. So I think the important part is you want to be platform, services, you want to be build versus buy, and that's how you should structure your organization and strategy. Talent and culture is the key.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a question there, third row from the right. Could you stand up and introduce yourself, please?
Hello, Francis Haysom from Appledore Research. Great session and great questions. But I was at Futurenet in London about a month ago, and it was very clear there that there was a kind of disillusionment with 5G and the opportunities of telco. Very different vibe in this room in terms of the opportunities. What does the panel think are the key differences in the MENA region which make that difference in terms of the opportunities from 5G?
Marwan?
Its opportunity depends on the needs. It depends on the operator. Some operator, they could monetize the 5G purely in FWA, and we could see example here in the region, in UAE, in Saudi Arabia, and others. And I do see it's a smart move to monetize the 5G. Other side operator like E and UAE, where they have fiber penetration with the 99%, we could see that the monetization of the 5G came from so many aspects like the FWA, others, providing B2B lease line. As I said, this is on non-SLA use cases. Plus, what I mentioned now, is how to monetize this in the slice, in the private network as well, where we need to promote 5G to replace the legacy system that some of the entity today are investing much in different legacy component, where 5G will come to compensate and to be a common network for such solution.
Any comments?
No additional comments. Maybe the FWA, as Marwan said, this is the most mature use case of 5G. However, still, we are working also on another use cases, especially with the enterprise services. But to be honest, we were expecting 5G to provide more services and faster, like autonomous networks and slicing, but there is a little bit delay, maybe because of our telecom manufacturers or market demand. I think FWA is the most mature today use case. There is a risk in this use case. You have to maintain the quality of service of your mobile customers and FWA customers also.
Thank you.
I'll take the next one.
Sorry? Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Eli Abatme, ServiceNow. I heard a lot about platforms and services. And the question to the panel is, how do you make a platform future-proof as you think about integrating all those new tools, vendors, services, connectivity, infrastructure, cloud, multi-cloud, AI? So in your organizations, what is top of mind for you so that you don't have to go through that process again in 2 or 3 years? And if I may add a separate question, Jawad, is anyone in your organizations, again, thinking or talking about quantum computing and how that is going to change the industry very soon? Are you addressing those types of questions as well? Thank you.
Who would like to take these very tough questions?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Rahul.
So I think define the layers. In the sense, the first question which you asked about, how do we become ready for certain use cases? I think start from where we want to be, the end case. The end case is anyone can come and onboard into a telecom network. Let's say a runtime eSIM come and get configured to say, this is the quality of service I'm expecting from the telecom network. In that case, you don't have the OSS, you don't have the BSS. You're talking about the application or the APIs to talk to the network directly, maybe the orchestration layer, and say, configure this network for this quality of service. Is that possible today? No. Can this be possible? Yes. And then also how to monetize that, because it's not going to be easy to say, I'm going to configure runtime quality of service for you, and then also monetize you. And then that's why it's an evolution. But the path is the marketplace of use cases. What do you support? What APIs you support? What application you support? What quality of service you can support? And what time of the day? Just like Uber, at the busy hours, I'm going to charge you more surge. If you're going to ask me for a network slice or a quality of service in the busy roads, I will charge you more. And that runtime monetization catalog on the BSS is not available. So once you imagine the end state, you imagine how we want to start, then you figure out the pieces which are required, not required. Open API is not the problem. The static product catalog is the problem. How do you convert that static or the dynamic catalog and configure your network is the problem. And then how you make the network programmable is the problem. And I think if we start solving the right problems, we can achieve the end state much more faster, because that is the only way how telecom can make money and become the platforms, what we talk about, and become self-service. So if you have an AWS, Google, or Azure, you don't need anyone. You just go there and configure, like we were talking about the hybrid cloud. That's how the telecom network should be. Are we there yet? No. Not even with standard, not even with security, not even with APIs. We're trying to solve the same problems which have been solved earlier. And we're talking and making them Kamaras or open APIs or something. But I think we all need to start thinking about what, not how. Every day we are thinking out how. 5G, 4G, 3G, slicing and other things. Technology problem easy to solve. The challenge is what problems and use cases we're trying to solve on top of telecom as platforms. Quantum, I have personally not got, as of now, the chance to work on. Obviously, we've been studying and understanding. We believe that it will make computing a lot more faster, but use cases, challenges. As of now, the only use case I have personally dealt with is the fraud detection. How you do that on runtime, understand where the transactions are happening. It also comes from our native, because Rakuten is a group of 70 companies. We have content, banking, e-commerce, all the things together. The good part is we only have one customer ID. So whatever the user is doing on the ecosystem of 70 companies, we know. And that's why these kind of use cases are much more important for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. We have 1 more minute, so it's going to be a very quick question to the gentleman in front. أعلي صوتك.
What is the top priority for telcos to transform to TECO in the business of digital platforms?
Thank you. So Marwan, Muhammad, 20 seconds each.
It is the culture, it is a culture and mindset change that need to be driven in order and invest in the tech capabilities, the right partnership, this area that you need to collaborate and start partnership with startup as well as with the hyperscaler, the openness, open API with others. This will accelerate this transformation, as well as to be more customer-centric, understand what the customer needs.
I think it is a mindset and agility, as Marwan said, and adaptation to the new technology in a fast manner.
Thank you very much. We are on time. The organizer promised me a bonus if I kept it on time, so that's why I was eager on that. Again, please join me in thanking our wonderful panelists, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Shukran.
Shukran.